Intimidation or violence. Civilized people change the world.
That's right.
That is the Shinra Creed.
YOLO.
It's what we believe. We all have to follow our conscience, don't we?
Yo.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Yeah. Dude, this game's pretty cool. I'm having a good time with it.
Time for a little nap.
Man, this train is slower than molasses, am I right?
I'm wondering how long that generator lasts powering like one item. I'm about to go see. I have it on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how like long I can make like what I can cut out of like the like my lights and shit, like what lights I don't use, and see if I could like make it last way longer. I was thinking 3 strips should do pretty good. One that's 99 feet and the other ones that are 30 feet. That gives us 160 feet to work with. Almost 100. Well, actually it would be because it's like 32 feet. Yeah, so it's like around 160 feet we to work with. Can you hear me, by the way, or?
Yeah, give me like a minute.
You hear that suit? Shinra Creed my ass. I didn't hear anything. You gotta believe me.
Well, I get it if you can't relate.
They'd probably kill us if they knew we were the ones responsible.
How much longer to the station?
I need to heal myself.
let's get this out of the way. Personally, I find visual aids make the dull stuff a lot more bearable. If it helps, think of it as an initiation rite.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm not...
There's such a thing as playing too hard to get. So, here we've got a wireframe model of the great city of Midgar, complete with massive steel plates suspended 300 meters above ground level, atop which stands a shining beacon of civilization. The whole system is sustained by the Mako reactors, which feed the insatiable appetites of the public.
The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly.
This here is the train's route. As you can see, it'll take us around this main pillar. Look, we're about halfway through it now. They've set up a checkpoint here to scan the IDs of all passengers heading in and out. Date of birth, residential status, criminal history, all that and more is automatically cross-referenced in their databases. Public security wouldn't have it any other way. Heads up. Don't worry, our IDs are impeccable. What'd I tell ya? Have a little faith. Won't be long till we reach the bottom. Relax.
Take a good look. It's because of that great big pizza in the sky that people down there gotta struggle to survive. Shinra sucks up Mako while the soil turns to dust, the air fills with smog, and the flowers die.
Then leave and don't look back. That's what's always worked for me.
Well, that's all well and good, if you're only out for yourself. But the folks down there don't have the luxury of choice, you know?
Oh dang, he took off his glasses and he looked all serious.
Like this train, I suppose. There's only one way it can go.
Okay. So I watched this podcast, you know, and you know, it's kind of a cool story because it's like a comedian who isn't, you know, quote unquote famous, you know.
Bombs detonated one. Members lost 0.
He
One
like
step closer to a brighter future.
he was working, but he wasn't famous, you know. And then he's friends with some famous comedians and that are big, and they like put him on their YouTube channel. So it like elevated him and increased his exposure, and his podcast grew a lot. And that's when I started watching, and now he's moving back to his own channel, still with support from his buddy that he like kind of teamed up with so that both of them benefited.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, he's not famous still, I wouldn't say. I would just say his podcast is a lot more successful than... You know, I would have never heard of him if his buddy wouldn't have put him on their YouTube channel for a while to help. But now he's moving back to his own YouTube channel, and he needs to build that and, like, start all that. So he's, like, he does, you know, a podcast every week. But if you are a Patreon subscriber, he'll do, he's doing, like, his podcast, but with like fans each week.
Just be ready for the next
so
mission,
like,
right?
well, not each week, once a month. So I went on and I like signed up for Patreon, and I just like wrote a little message like, "Hey, bro, I'd love to be on your podcast."
At Seventh Heaven.
And told him why. But
works. Don't keep her waiting.
I think it's really cool, that, you know.
Yeah.
Just all of it. So hopefully I was like, what's $5? You know, if it works, then I get to talk with a professional comedian. And, you know, just see how the pros do it, I guess. I don't know. It'd be fun. But, yeah, I got caught up writing this message like the last hour. Because, like, there was like 7 minutes left. I was like, yeah, I'll be on in like 5 minutes. And then I got caught up doing this. It's been like an hour.
Man, I'm worried about this game, though, because it looks like it might be short, but it's fucking great. Like, I'm having such a great time.
Yeah, what are you, on the Final Fantasy VII remake?
Yeah, dude, it looks good. And it's fun. It's like the combat's dope as fuck. It's like a mixture of, like, turn-based, like, you kind of have, like, a VATS kind of deal where, like, if you're mid-battle, you can press X and you, like, open up your command menu and, like, throw whatever you got, like, potions, grenades, fireballs. Or you could just go full combat and just try to, because you have to, like, it's kind of cool. I don't know, it's weird. You, like, switch characters real easy. The story's real good. I'm worried I'm, like, missing, like, someone to talk to or something. Okay, yep, just going back to the bar. Yeah, I'm already on chapter 3, though. Yeah, they did it different this game, since they wanted to make it, like, way more story. They expanded upon the story a lot. And, like, like, there's some shit that didn't happen on the regular one, but for the most part, it's, like, the same.
Huh. Mako is the lifeblood of the planet? Yeah, the hell it is. Goddamn eco-warriors with their dumbass posters. I tear them down and they're back up inside of an hour. Like I've got nothing better to do. I mean, look at all that steel work. You trying to tell me that's not progress? What the? You okay, buddy?
Yeah, like, dude, what the fuck? You on drugs?
Mako junkie, huh? Figures.
Oh, I said Mako junkie, huh?
You again.
That hot shower can't come soon enough. I can barely feel my skin from all the
This guy's a dick. And he's gonna die.
Warning. Gate broken. Fiends in area. Exercise caution. No reason to check it out. Not my problem.
You don't want to mess with the monsters in here. Move along now.
Fuck off, I ain't afraid. Motherfucker.
Public security should know who did it.
Excuse me? Due to an emergency, entry into this area is prohibited. Sorry for the inconvenience.
You called that a warning?
No, sir!
Haha. I love the dialogue on this too. It's actually like realistic, like dialogue, not some like bullshit, you know, like some stupid shit NPCs say, or like really bad voice acting. Where like, what? Oh my gosh! And then like, you know, like they like pause for like 3 seconds where they're between sentences and shit. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
You're not allowed to go to your store?
We're closed.
You're standing right there.
Freaking way.
Fuck
Get
you.
that fire out, idiots. I was there yesterday.
Oh, it's Tifa. Nice. Big titty chick. That's what everyone knows her as. Back in the old
titty, she the big titty bitch.
On the old game, they had like a couple
Come
fucking
around with them titties flopping like a bitch.
Oh, you did?
You tell her they flopping now. Beat you like a snitch.
You made it.
And in the old game, like, she fucking wore the same clothes she is now, but they made her tits, like,
Remember the last time I saw
abnormally
a real
huge, like they do, like, in anime. Some animes where they make them, like, unrealistically huge. That's how big they were.
one. How sweet. When did you get so thoughtful?
A guy can change. Has been 5 years.
Huh?
I need to talk to Barrett.
Right. Come on in.
Daddy, the Mako place blew up. Everyone on TV's talking about it.
Don't you worry about all that silliness. Daddy's here and he's not going anywhere tonight. Now turn that thing off and let's get you to bed, huh?
Do you mind keeping Marlene company until I'm done with this?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, your money. Ask Tifa. She takes care of all that. Hey! What the hell you think you're doing? Scaring my
Oh my
daughter
gosh!
like that?
Psychopath!
Daddy says never talk to strangers.
That's right, honey. I do say that. What a good girl you are remembering Daddy's lessons. You know what else good girls do? They go to bed on time. Come on.
But I'm not tired. I want to talk some more, Daddy.
All right. But just this once.
So then, what can I get you?
My money. I'm still waiting on it.
Right. About that. We should talk. Outside.
What the fuck is she gotta talk about? Like, you ain't got my money?
Daddy? Did the people who died all return to the planet?
Of course.
Before we get on to money, there's an empty apartment in a place just down the road. It's nothing fancy, but I was thinking you could stay there for now. The landlady's a big friend of the cause, so you wouldn't even have to pay rent. Sound good?
Sure does. Thanks.
Follow me then.
Oh, shit.
Was it up on the plate?
I bit my cheek. Fuck.
Chaotic.
Sorry for dragging you into
Do you get canker sores?
Wrong of me to put...
Never?
Not often. I've gotten them before and didn't really know what they are, but then I found out. Like, I've gotten them, but no.
I heard that once you get them once, like, it actually becomes recurrent, but you, like, it, you know...
Maybe I didn't have cancer sores. Maybe I just had sores where, like, I had a fucking, you know, chip that was too salty, like, on the roof of my mouth for too long or something.
Yeah,
but
maybe, that's what causes canker sores. Like, that's what causes it. Like just spicy foods, like vinegary shit, salty shit. But yeah,
it's
like,
been a long time though. But like, my wisdom teeth are misaligned. Well, I only have 2 wisdom teeth. I didn't get 2 removed. I just only had 2 when I was born. But they're misaligned in the back of my mouth. So when I bite down, it bites the side of my cheek sometimes. And once you bite it once, it gets inflamed, and then you just keep biting it because now it's, you know, pushing into the tooth. And I like bit it open, and it got infected one time, and the dentist was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal now, but if it happens, you know, 1 or 2 more times over the next year or 2, then you're probably going to have to get these out." I'm like, damn, I don't want to get my wisdom teeth. I don't have enough teeth already. I was born with so few teeth. I don't want to get them removed, you know? Even if they're in the back of my mouth.
The news is just another Shinra mouthpiece.
Hopefully this doesn't fucking swell up too much and get infected.
Shinra tells them to.
That would
So, it wasn't that bad?
It was.
Alright.
Oh, right. And here we are. Good old Stargazer Heights. You're on the 2nd floor.
I don't know why you go into fights with the skirt on and, like, just...
Don't have time for much else, what with 7th Heaven and all. Not even time to decorate.
Oh, okay. This is different. This was never on the original game.
202.
We got like a
Don't
house
worry.
you get.
I already told the landlady about you.
You did?
Yes? Oh, I mean, I told her I had a friend looking for a place to stay. Was that too much?
No. It's fine. And this?
That one's, know what? It's getting late. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
What, am I supposed to go to bed now? Fuck you. They gotta walk me home.
Ugh.
Oh, okay, you're coming in too, huh?
It's a little bare, but should be enough to get you through the night.
Okay.
Never mind.
Went from bad to good.
My money. You guys owe me 2,000, remember?
Well, fine. If you insist, I guess
And
you can
we'd
come up to my
love
room.
to settle up, especially since this was your first job for us. But
Bruh, dude, I have some stories to tell.
sorry, we spent the rest preparing for the mission. That really is it.
God damn it!
But not for long.
Ugh.
For filters
Turn over.
tomorrow, so I can pay you
Yeah.
after.
Goddamn windows.
And you're sure about that?
Of course, as long as you help, that is.
Oh shit.
Wait, then I'd have to pay you for that too. Never mind.
No, 2,000's enough. That's what we agreed on, so that'll be the price. With what you gave me, that leaves 1,500.
You're the best. I'll see you bright and early at the bar then. Thanks again for everything. Sleep tight.
Yeah, they did really good on like the dialogue. I feel like it's really hard to make like a 2D, like a barely 3D character into a full 3D character with the actual dialogue. Like it's like no one, they're like, I don't know, people made a bunch of different theories about what fucking Cloud's character is and all this different shit, and it's like that's what people were bitching about most was like, well, if they don't portray his character right, like he's not really just like a badass, all like fucking cold-hearted dude, like you know, and shit like that. And like I think they did it pretty well. The dude that made this was the dude that did Kingdom Hearts, so he knew what he was doing. It took him off that Final Fantasy 15 project to put him on this and Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, 15 is. Yeah, and 15 was like the one, like it could have been good, but like I think he would have made it good, but then they took him off it, and I don't really like it now. The old one, how he was gonna make it, a fucking one, or this is like the first time you'd ever hear Final Fantasy about this too, but he was the Mafia's son, and like shit like that, and it was dope as fuck. Like he was in the Mafia and shit, and it was cool. Like I liked it.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, like most of the stories are kind of like for the first 6 Final Fantasies, they were like, you know, for like the NES and shit, they're all like the same kind of
Don't they just
style.
fucking wake up somewhere and then the story starts?
No, usually like it involves like a crystal bearer. Like they have like shit that like they all kind of share sometimes. Like the summons are always sharing, but like yeah, like the first 4 are always about, or the first 4 to like 6, I can't remember. It's like those are all about like the crystal bearers. There's 4 crystal bearers, and they gotta go trek across different lands, stop different enemies, and same shit. Like it's kind of like almost the same shit with different like key storylines, but that's like the basis of them all. Like they're all like that, and they're all like medievalish, you know. And then once they hit like 7, 7's kind of like actually like a parallel world to ours. Like it's kind of cool. Like that's like in our time right now, but like the main story is about them being freedom fighters at first, and they're trying to like stop like big companies from draining all this energy from the planet, because in their world, like they believe like they have like Christianity kind of based beliefs mixed with like Buddhism, and it's real. It's absolutely real. Like in this series, you could watch like this shit happen. So like that's like what they believe in, and they believe when you die, you return to the planet, and then your soul's in there, and then like one day you could be reborn, or you could just sprout into a different life and all that different shit. And it's not like a bad like ending and shit like that. But whenever they sit there and drain this energy from the planet, it's like literally like fucking destroying souls and shit, you know, taking the life energy from the planet and stuff. But so they're trying to do that. They're kind of like bioterrorists or eco-terrorists. I mean.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna check it out real quick.
I'm on a pause menu for it now, but I'll take it off. It'll take a few seconds for it to...
Yeah, it's gonna take a second to pull up YouTube. Oh, I already got YouTube pulled up. Yeah, I want to see that, like what the game looks like and shit.
I wonder what is next door now. Sounds like he's taking a shit.
I'm gonna have to search for you.
Or either that or he's snoring really loud. Well, I'll wait for you to get here so we can come up with this conclusion. But yeah, no, it's I really would say
yeah,
like.
Look, no, it's not that hard.
You found it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely. I mean, it sucks though, because I would say I wish people would like play the first original version first, but it don't really matter. This is gonna be a great story, so I'm happy with it.
Hey.
Yeah.
You okay in there?
I wonder if I can mute
coming in
the live thing that I'm watching, so I don't hear a conversation in the background.
You could just. Yeah. I could just mute us both.
No, that wouldn't work. I mean,
oh
it's
dang
not
it,
that
Sephiroth.
distracting, it's like a lot less loud. That's the main villain.
Yeah.
Cloud, stop! Get back inside!
That looks really good, man. Damn. Oh, there's Dementors.
Yeah, kinda. They're all like weird Mako radiated.
What are you doing to Marco? This is his apartment. He's got a few problems, but he's not a bad guy. The landlady asked me to check on him now and then to make sure he's okay. Can I ask you to do the same?
Yeah, I think they were all test subjects for the Genova project. Even Cloud was. That's why he was saying reunion. That's all they ever say is reunion, because they all got to have a reunion.
I'm pretty sure that dude was in the fucking Holocaust. You see that tattoo on his arm?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. That's like the number they get. That was experiment number 49. 9.
Man,
I wish I could just swing that sword around with ease. But what were you saying?
I don't even know if that would be like
possible. No,
yeah.
Definitely. It's way too long.
I mean, you would definitely like. Even if you could, you would tear your rotator cuff, or you would get arthritis because it would grind your bones away within a year. You know, you cannot swing that every day.
Well, maybe if you did like the Rock Lee kind of styled shit.
Now, you must be Cloud.
Like, just like put on like leg weights and arm weights that are like slowly, gradually get higher, and then there you go. You could eventually swing around a 160-pound sword that's long as fuck.
The sword probably weighs more than he does.
Come through with all kinds of
that dude's like fucking 140 pounds.
If you ever need a bend, I'll lend you mine. Can be about
If
anything.
that.
Even Tifa.
Yeah, it looks like it's my size.
The granddaughter I never had, and if you hurt her, I'll
And he's
take
my
it out of
age.
your hide. You hear me?
Yeah, that's true.
Good. Now you'd best get a
Okay.
move on to 7th Heaven. She's got a head start on you, and then some.
Isn't it weird how the people in the background, when you're talking to her, they were like, I don't know if you saw it, but they're moving.
They were what? You're like cutting out just a little bit for some reason. Are you downloading something, or is it from you watching me?
Shitty all day. We just restarted it like a while ago.
You sound good now. What were you trying to say then? Like the people in the background were what?
They were like talking, like when you were talking to that girl. Just like, you remember how like in old video games it would just blur out the background, or the background would just freeze, you know?
Yeah.
Like they kept moving their hands and talking and shit. I was like, that's like so much more detail than games used to have.
Am I even going the right way? Oh, yeah, there's a fucking map. Duh.
If the planet's a living
Yeah, see, like, and then, yeah, they do wild shit on this game. Like, it's a lot of deaths happen. Like I said, these guys are eco-terrorists. Well, they just let off a bomb, and, like, the people that they bombed, like, actually, like, did a little part in it. They actually rigged it to where, like, more would blow up than it was supposed to, but they think it was themselves that killed a bunch of people right now. Like, I don't know, probably in the thousands.
In this game, do you get to go to the city up top?
Yeah.
Although the next
Like a
batch
cloud
probably
city or
could,
something?
if Jessie put her mind to it.
It's not like a cloud city, it's just 2 plates. It's like if like we had one like giant city built above us right now.
Honestly, they make us more money than this place. And it's easy money too. We bring new filters.
This dude looks
collect
so
the old
familiar,
ones,
and I
get
swear
paid.
I've played this game,
What?
but also you tell me that the one that I describe was what, the 10th?
I'm a soldier.
Yeah.
Which is why no one will refuse to
Yeah,
pay.
he looks a lot like him.
What do you say? Please?
Like, he's kind of a dick. This guy's a dick, though. He's
Let's
like...
get this over with.
But I swear, the character in the
Great.
game that I played,
And while
his
we're
name
at
was
it, I'll
Cloud.
give you the grand tour.
This is, like, the only time he looks like this. I don't know if you played the other one I played where he looks like a... Like, maybe 3D, like, barely
Go ahead
3D.
and keep whatever we collect. Seeing as you didn't bring any
Yeah, it was
luggage,
kinda 3D.
I'm guessing there's stuff you need to buy.
Yeah, I mean, I believe I definitely
don't
played a
worry.
different game.
We'll pay you the
Because the
difference
one that
after.
we started on, like,
Barrett's
I
out
don't
making
know.
his rounds too.
As long
Like
as
the
I
If they were
That's
playing that,
all.
if they were playing that soccer game at the beginning, then that's the 10th one.
I don't remember that either. But to be fair, I wouldn't remember most of the beginning anyway.
You may hear music near shops and certain as you approach the source of music. Then a music disc is available at the nearby stop. Oh, okay. Where's that at? I'm hearing it.
Be real All the items you could want, straight.
Hey there. Here to change out your water filter.
Check that
Tifa,
slam.
baby, how you doing?
that.
Been waiting for you to... Wait, let me see.
Yeah.
Cloud's in charge of collections. He'll take your money.
Sounds like a pretty sweet gig. If you ever need someone to fill in, I'm your man.
Ew.
In your dreams.
Dude, I'm so excited for tomorrow, dude. This whole weekend is gonna be fucking beat, dude.
Since we're here, maybe
What
we
the
should do a
fuck?
little shopping.
It'll be a lot different too if we're like not tripping, you know.
Oh yeah. Did this guy tried coming onto him, and he's like, in your dreams, maybe. Oh, I need ice.
Wait, how do you come on?
He was like, maybe you could fill me in later, huh? he was like, in your dreams, maybe.
Speaking of bitches coming on to people, dude. So, you remember that chick I was telling you about, like, a few nights ago?
Yeah.
Like, she called me the other night, and so, like, I talked to her for a while, and she got, like, progressively more drunk, and it was just, I don't know, annoyed the shit out of me.
When your filter next needs changing.
Not. But by the end, when we started talking, she had clothes on. At some point, because like we'd talk for a while, and then I don't know if the call would get disconnected or she'd get bored and hang up, and then do something for
He's a
5 or
regular.
10 minutes, and then she'd call
Stuck up
back.
here, and he might
You
throw in
know,
a freebie or two.
and then
For you, maybe.
at one point, I noticed she was naked, you know, and she would move the camera around, and I'm not sure if it was accidental or purposeful, but you gotta imagine
Our
it's
next stop is
purposeful.
Stargazer
You know,
Heights.
I would see her
Landing
tits
is
for
fun.
like a second or two.
Just met her.
Which, you know,
And
is
you know
cool,
what to
but
expect.
also, when
Remember,
the camera's
she's a good
moving, it's
friend of
terrible
Avalanche,
resolution,
so be nice.
you know? Also, she was, like, super drunk at that point, and had already insulted me so many times. And then, by the end of it, she was like, she asked me, like, she kept asking me, are you gay? I swear, you have to be gay. I'm not fucking gay, you know? And she
Oh my
kept
gosh.
saying that. And then she's like, well, if you're not gay, then, like, why don't you show me your dick? I'm like, why would I show you my dick?
What does that
Like-
like have to do with being gay in the first place? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't show people my dick. I'm like, that's kind of.
Yeah, I'm not fucking turned on right now. For starters, you've been calling me gay for 10 minutes, and you insulted my voice and my person and everything else. We're drunk, and, you know, it's... you know, it's small. I'm not gonna fucking pull it out and be like, oh, you wanna see it? Here, bitch.
Right.
Like, what is that? Fuck.
I like how they cuss on this fucking game now. Like it did before, but it was like they blurred it out to where it made like those like, you know, like pound sign and like the, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they do that kind of shit. But now like it's not like, you know, they don't say fuck or anything like that, but they say the like main words. Like it's kind of cool. Like it was just like she's like, you know, if you're a regular, that dude will like hook you up with some free shit. He's like, yeah, maybe if you're with me. And then he's like, or if you're with me, she's like, you know, you could be nicer. And he's like, what, to get free shit? No, thank you. Like, I don't know, he's cool. I like that they cuss. And then Barrett's like the big, angry, radical black guy.
Oh yeah, every game needs
Big
a
Nick.
black guy.
Big Nick.
Yeah.
That's what I named him.
Big Nick.
Dear girl. Oh, what's he
Huh?
doing here? Working?
That's what I named him on my thing, and then I didn't know what his name was the whole time I played this. Someone brought him up later, and I'm like,
talking to somebody.
yeah, they're like, yeah, dude, remember or remember Barrett, dude? And I'm like, yeah, who was that again? Like, and then he's like, you know, the big black guy, and I'm like, oh, Big Nick.
They're like, what? No.
You're looking awfully
I mean, I guess. That's
technically.
Long rest to cure anything, I tell you.
A tried and true lesson for life on the ground floor. Am I right?
Yeah, I'll have to remove this later on.
Now.
No, fuck it.
You take care of
What are they
yourself.
gonna do?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah, just if I ever did become famous, and then like some like no lifers are over there fucking.
Well, then I mean, I've thought about that because, you know, I've said a lot of shit in my podcast that's like embarrassing or fucking obviously politically incorrect. I don't give a fuck about that. And people, you know, bitching about shit like that. Like, you know, you work on it a little bit. Like, all right, I won't say certain things, but also, if I do, and you get super offended,
fuck you.
if you, well, yeah, like if you actually listen, then you know I'm like a good person and I'm genuine and I don't have hate in my heart, you know. And if you don't listen and then you hear that clip and you think, oh, he's a bad person, well, then you didn't listen in the first place, so what does it matter, you know? So I feel it's a lose-lose in my opinion to stop being yourself to appeal to people who aren't watching you in the first place, you know?
Hopefully this one will work better.
Save your excuses and
Like, who would want to get
All right.
popular or
If you could just
famous
settle your bill,
being
we'll be on our way.
not themselves? You gotta pretend to be someone else all the time? That's fucking stupid. And I don't see how it would be rewarding for you.
You can mosey up in here and have it your way.
Pretty please.
Oh dang, extortion.
Seeing as we're done with our rounds and you've got a small fortune now, why not take a gander at the weapons?
Yeah, I guess I could buy shit from the business I just extorted.
I don't see how that even worked though. The other dude probably
It'll be a while yet, so what
doesn't
do you wanna
even
do?
look
Don't really know.
small compared to Cloud.
In that case, I've got a
Like,
suggestion.
Cloud didn't even grab the hilt of his sword, like,
If
yeah?
you're serious about becoming a merc, then you're going to need to start making connections. It's not what you know, but who you know, you know?
And the dude in the back has a goddamn assault rifle. Worried about a dude with a fucking sword?
Connections get you jobs.
It is
He gets
so
shot all the
fucking-
time.
Oh
And
my
more
god.
rep gets you better connections.
Alright, close the windows. We'll go into AC again.
Why not help out the neighborhood watch? They're mostly volunteers, but you'll get to know people.
This was a bad idea.
I'm liking that this one's got like
See anybody at the office.
they made it to where Midgar itself has like a whole replay, like long play kind of deal. Is this the shop? No, I want a shop.
Huh? I ain't got nothing for a punk ass bitch like you.
See,
Get on
fucking
out of
cuss him right there. I like that. You'll see in a second.
No better way to keep you and your family safe than with a weapon of your own. Come and check out our
fucking called you a
selection.
punk ass bitch.
Yeah.
To find the perfect weapon for you and your needs.
You're actually like right behind me. It's actually like streaming this pretty fast.
I wonder.
Usually like it's like a good like solid
No better way to keep
like
you and your
25 seconds behind.
weapon of your own. Come and check out our selection.
The fuck did she go? Oh, there you are.
We gotta do something about the monsters on Scrap Boulevard.
I'll head on down there
Okay.
first thing tomorrow.
What's in here?
Alone you won't. Huh. Didn't know you were holding down the fort.
Huh? Oh, hey, Cloud. Looking to join the neighborhood watch?
That depends. What does this neighborhood watch do?
Lots of stuff, really. But our top priority is taking care of any beasts that wander into town. That, and teaching the locals how to defend themselves.
Like they say, the only one who will look out for you is you.
Cloud's a great fighter, but only we know that. If no one knows him, no one will hire him. Thought if he joined the Watch, he could get his name out there.
That would work for everybody.
Truth be told, we can really use your help. We can't pay you in gil, but we'll work something out.
Oh, so I can't get paid. I guess so. Okay.
For example, aha. What about your sword? I could mod it for you.
No thanks. It's fine just the way it is.
What? You some kind of purist? I know I'd never pass up a chance to improve my gear. Come on. At least let me show you how it's done.
You don't want to modify the special sword that was given to him. I don't think I need the tutorial. Yeah. Why would I need to? Costs 10 SP, and I have 10. Yeah. Ooh. Attack up for magic power. I think I'm gonna do the... What's the... It was like the middle one. What was up that? Oh, okay, yeah. So, Punisher Assault. No, I'd rather have the permanent attack power up. Come on, fuck. Okay. That cost me some. It's pretty dope. Wish I had a better bangle. Oh, I do. Hell yeah. Deadly dodge materia. I don't know what it does. Oh, let's see. It shows it right here. Ooh, that's pretty dope. Like a attacking dodge.
All set? Needless to say, you'll have to try it out to appreciate the difference.
Thanks.
We'll do you one better. Spread the word to everyone who'll listen about the new merc in town.
Between him and Wedge, there isn't anyone they don't know.
I'll march through the streets singing your praises, even on an empty stomach.
So, where are these monsters?
Scrap Boulevard. Good hunting.
Hey, Cloud, I'll come with.
No, I've got this.
But you don't know the way, do you?
Lead on.
Sure thing. I know these streets better than anyone.
Tifa's beat. She's probably my favorite character. That's why I always do the pugilists and shit. She's a fist fighter, the only one in this game.
Scrap Boulevard is out west. Past the barricades,
And she's like
supposed to keep the monsters out. Anyway, we should prepare just in case.
prepare for what? Or how? That one dude wouldn't even let me buy weapons. Call me a punk ass bitch.
Searching for
Dang. He's like, that sword's massive.
That sword's massive. What does he sell again?
What does he sell again?
Searching for candidates.
Searching for candidates, huh? Well, he looks like I can do something.
Searching
with
for
it.
candidates.
What does it mean, searching for candidates? Right here? No, maybe not. I don't know what the fuck. I can't read Japanese.
Searching for candidates.
That sword's massive.
I'm gonna go see how that generator is holding up. It's been like 2.5 hours. Yeah, pack up the shitty stuff. And you could put in some for good shit afterwards and shit for yourself, but I don't really like it. I don't know. It's ever since I started smoking that weed, I started having panic attacks.
Must be like one certain type.
Yeah, it must be. I'd have to say so. I hadn't had fucking panic attacks for like 2 years, and then suddenly I start getting them again.
Yeah, it's probably like, one very specific strand of like fucking zucchini or something.
Hey, Brian, are you there? I take that as no, not right now.
Any harm comes to her. Good luck, Tifa, and be careful.
Hello?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been saying shit for so long and I've been so confused why you have not been answering me. I'm like, oh, he's really into the game, I guess. It's like, maybe he's reading. I don't know.
Sometimes I might do that, but I'll at least try to answer. Like, I listen to what you say.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What is that?
But yeah, I was saying, dude, I had the worst panic attack like fucking a few months ago. Do you remember when I messaged the group?
Yeah.
I was at the gym and
I'm gonna
I
pause this in
lost
here.
my job and everything, and I was like, oh fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what Bruce says. Like, if he
Messaged all
ever.
you guys. And I was like freaking out. My heart rate, because I had my heart rate monitor on, my heart rate was in the 90%. It would not like go below that.
Yes, that's
like,
how. That's dude. Like, I was like about. That's what I was hitting when I was hitting you up earlier. That's what I was like fucking trying to get you guys in for real quick. Was I was like, guys, my heartbeat like normal, but dude, because like I always thought like a heart murmur was like irregular heartbeat, and it sounded like kind of irregular to me. It sounds like bum 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 bum. That's what it was feeling like. It was two separate beats that just kept going, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
Well,
it's
your
freaking
heartbeat is always two separate beats.
I thought so too, but you know, when I'm fucking having a panic attack, I don't think like that. You know, I'm just like, is this normal, dude?
Yeah.
Is this normal? Like, you know, like fucking
there's a big thud and a small one. I had a heart murmur.
Oh yeah.
When I was like 17, when I got my physical for football, or maybe 16, they said I had a heart murmur and I had to go get an EKG. But then they said it was nothing, probably just from growing. But that was scary. I was like, what? My heart isn't working right. It feels like it's working okay, but what are you talking about?
Right, yeah, that's what, yeah, exactly, like that, or yeah, that's what I was worried about having though, but like, they're not like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, overthink shit, just having a fucking panic attack and it sucks, and there's really shit you can do about it.
Panic attacks, you like feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly, that's all I'm like worried about, like, am I having a fucking heart attack, am I gonna die before the end of this, like, shit, but yeah, nah.
And like, mine was about like like the whole thing, like, I moved out, now I lost my job, now I can't afford any of my bills, and like, I'm a loser again. I got fired, I didn't just lose my job, like it was, you know,
right,
mutual. It was like, I got fired.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt pretty shitty after I got fired from my job, but then I was like, man, I don't really fucking care. I hate that job. Like, but yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, by the time my mom found out, she was like, because I told her a partial truth. I'm like, well, they fired me because I went to the doctor because I was getting carpal tunnel. You remember? And so they were doing all these tests. They said you have mild carpal tunnel, and then in both hands. One of them, I think one of them was severe, but it was not good. And they're like, well, that's weird. And then, but because it went through the Bureau of Workmen's Comp, because they had to pay for it because it happened at work, I had to get a drug test. Well, when I got a drug test, I'd been smoking weed, you know? And so I told my mom that I failed the drug test, but I told her I wasn't smoking weed. I told her that I had CBD gummies or CBD weed, and there might have been a trace amount of THC, and that's why I tested positive.
Ah, what do I do about this?
But no,
oh yeah, that's right.
Then I think she asked, she's like, well, have you smoked? And I'm like, once or twice. And she's like, well, do you feel, how stupid do you feel for losing your job because of that? And I'm like, she's like, do you feel like a dumbass? And I'm like, honestly, I was like, I did, but not anymore. Like, I hated that job. I was like, the longer I worked there, the more suicidal I got, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I was going back to drugs by the end of it. I was fucking trying to get, you know?
True.
Like, I was relapsing at the end of the time that I worked there. Not, like, consistently, but, like, once or twice, I'd be like, oh, maybe it's not a bad idea to do this. I fucking hate my life. So I'm like, no, I don't feel that bad after a few weeks or a month or two pass. I was like, it's fucking, I hated it. It's life. I'll get a better job.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, when you first lose it, though, it's like, shit, man, what do I do now?
Oh, yeah, you feel like a fucking loser. Because they instill in you that the only thing that makes your life worth anything is working to make somebody else rich. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of depressing if you think of it that way. I'm more depressed about that than, like, you know, the fact that I lost my job. Yeah, it's like, well, fuck, now I gotta go find another job to waste my life doing, you know?
Yeah, to make some other fucking asshole money while I get by just barely paying my bills. Fuck that, dude. I'd rather fucking... I don't want to live my whole life barely paying the bills.
Job. Meanwhile, we told everyone we could about you.
So I heard.
And I guess that might be okay if I had people who like if I loved someone and they loved me, or like if I had meaning or children. But at this point, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Good.
And guess what? Now I have a good job. Hopefully I'm gonna make more. It looks like I will, like with the way I'm getting better at the job because we're mostly on commission. But and I'm happier. It's easier. I'm not getting cancer. I don't have carpal tunnel anymore. Like, it's better. Fuck it. I don't gotta...
Yeah, fuck carpal tunnel.
I know. Dude, my hands... And that annoyed the shit out of me, dude. My hands would go numb at night when I went to sleep. So I'd wake up in the middle of my sleep time, and my hands would be numb, like 100% numb. And then you slowly start getting a feeling, but that's, you know, the pins and needles, or the... Well, it wasn't pins and needles, because it wasn't that there wasn't blood. It's just that, like... It's weird when you can't feel something you usually can feel, you know?
Why don't you check out the weapons?
And then you can't go back to sleep.
Come on, the dealer's probably heard all about you by now. Might treat you better.
This is bullshit.
I don't know about
Why am I doing this?
Man, it's kind of really sad like, this game is really sad because I already know how it's going to play out, and, like, a lot of the people that are part of the crew right now die before the end of this one. The original game is, like, 3 discs, and they're making this into 3 installments, so this first part's only the first disc of the game. But they just enhanced the fuck out. It made it enough, like, content, like, way more content than it had before. It's really dope, actually. At first, I was, like, kind of complaining about it. I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to, like...
Yeah, that is kind of bullshit.
Hold up. Heard there's a merc that'll take on any monster. You the man?
Word spreads fast around here.
What if I am?
Sorry about before. I get antsy when business is slow. Man in your line of work needs weapons, no? Why not try that one on for size? Yours on the house. Badass like you rocking my weapons is good advertising. Think about it.
Fine.
Nice.
No way he can pick up a sword that big with one hand with a big ass sword on
Well, he also
back.
could get shot with, like, fucking 100 bullets and be cool. So,
yeah.
There's a few things that, like, he's definitely shouldn't be able to do. Okay, let's see. I only got one on me. I will just wait till I find another. Okay. What do I want? Enter battle with auto life status effect. Breaks upon use. Oh, those only were one time. I guess I'd rather just have this, but I'm just gonna wait till I find one. There's no rush to have that shit. Once you achieve maximum proficiency in a weapon's ability, that ability becomes your own, and you can use it without the weapon equipped. Note that the Buster Sword ability is at maximum proficiency from the beginning. Okay. Dope.
Do you ever wonder how screens in a window get torn?
Let's go chat up Weimer.
Yeah, I wonder that too. Like, who the fuck or what the fuck is tearing through the fucking screen?
Yeah, I mean, have you ever accidentally, like, are you trying to stab a knife through it, or you're trying to smoke, like, ash your fucking thing and you melt it? Like, how is that happening? But, like, whenever I open the windows now, there's, like, a couple super tiny tears. Like, not, like, big where you think, oh, we should get this replaced, but, like, where, like, 3 of those tiny little boxes maybe are ripped, so it's one box the size of 3, and then tiny fucking bugs get into your apartment, like fucking gnats and fruit flies and shit.
Oh man, I hate fucking stink bugs. They're always
stink bugs. Yeah, they're kind of a different thing, I think. Like they just are there. I don't know where they come from. I don't know how they get there, but luckily this place doesn't really have much. I think I've maybe
think about like
2.
Think about think about flies though. Like, where the fuck do they come from? Like, how the fuck did one they even get in my house? Where did they where were they living before? Like, I always wondered that shit.
How did this tiny fly get through the screen? And who broke this screen?
Well, even before that, what the fuck was the fly doing out there? When do you see how often do you see that wild flies? Unless you're like in a fucking farm or something where there's shit, you know? Like, I don't. Yeah. You don't see wild flies just randomly about all the time, you know? And where the fuck does this one single fly come from to come in my house and reproduce, you know? Like, how the fuck? And where the fuck are the kids? Like, you'll see more flies show up, but there's no way I don't see maggots and shit, you know? I mean, I don't got flies in here, but, back when I lived at Grandma's, back when I lived out in the woods and shit, it was annoying, dude. Like, you can't, in the woods, you can't even do anything about it. Like, they come in.
They just come in. They're just there.
Yeah, and, I was looking it up, but I guess, flies are really just, an invasive species that follows mainly humans, you know, they're they thrive on humans. Of course, you know, there's ones that go around horses and shit, and shit, you know, natural feces out there, but they're actually fucking
they're genetically evolved to do it, because bugs are attracted to light because that's how they stabilize themselves in their environment, is by moonlight. But now we have artificial light that's 1,000 times brighter than the moon, relatively, you know, in the night sky. You see a lamppost that's way brighter than the moon. And
this is Cloud.
So they go towards there, and then they see people around, and then they eat shit, and then fucking, after so long, you got fucking human flies that just follow people and
Experience that.
bother them.
If it's a challenge you want, I might have a few good ones. Your clients can fill you in on the details. Give yourself these jobs, and I'll see if I can't find you some more.
Thanks.
Use blah blah blah. From there, you
yeah, it's only maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds behind. By the time I finished burping, I heard myself start burping on the stream.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's so weird. It's never been that. How's the picture look? Does it look like it's in 720p?
Perfectly balanced muscle.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably at least 720.
My name is Chadley.
That's pretty good. No, that's why I got a capture card. Really, well, not just because I want to stream shit from PlayStation 3 and stuff, but I got that because with the capture card, I'll be able to stream at the maximum, 4K, no delay, no fuck ups, no nothing, and then it has a hookup for all of us to be heard on Party Chat.
Not interested in working for Shinra.
That's so cool, man.
You should know that I work actively to
I know. I want to do couch plays of us playing Smash and shit, and
the tremendous power of materia, as well as how it might be wielded against your corporate enemies.
What was I gonna say?
Decide that I am not
I want to do that, and then play some just random PlayStation 3 games. I
will hold you.
I got a fucking
excellent
Persona.
We shall work together so long as you deem fit.
They got a Persona beat 'em up game, a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Oh yeah.
Fighter.
Heard of that. Man, if we're gonna do old games, there's definitely some that we should do. Did you ever play Time Splinters?
Splitters, yeah, I played that. Bruce had that.
That was so beat.
Yeah, I can't play. It don't work with anything that doesn't use HDMI, and the converters make it look like shit. And I was looking it up to see if there's AV ones, and there's cheap ass ones, but then I couldn't find one that literally was just a regular AV one that'll make it look at least decent. They might have it on PS3 store. They have a lot more on PS3 store than they do on PS4. You could buy any PlayStation 1 game ever. Pretty much.
Damn.
Please set the orb of
Then we
assessed
should try some
materia to your
old.
equipment and use it
Did you
to
play
gather
those
battle
like
intel.
old James Bond games, like GoldenEye and Nightfire, shit like that?
You said put in the material of my equipment.
'Cause those had some fucking awesome multiplayer also. Like you could have AI. You remember back in the day when like having AI was like a big thing? Like you can fight against people who aren't playing.
What's up? Sorry, I was trying to read that.
Like back in the day, AI was like a big thing where you could fight against people you weren't playing.
Right.
Like, nobody's controlling. And like obviously there's like just random characters and stories that are like that, but they sucked. But then it came out and you could set them up with different levels of difficulties and they were actually like fun and you could set teams and you and a friend could be on a team with another, you know, against another friend and that guy, and you each could have 8 AI teammates and you're like, this is a fucking shit.
Yeah, I like